Greetings. I hope this reaches you well. I just wanted to make a quick video just helping parents of young children out. If you have a child that you are interested in putting in a pre-K program or even starting in school, like in kindergarten, I just wanted to tell you it's January now. This is the time you really want to start looking at where you want your child to go and then apply to that program. Um, there are some whose deadlines are going to end this month. And, then you'd be like in a lottery or you'd be placed on a wait list. You really want to start right now, if you haven't already, researching the schools that are out there. And I also recommend doing a tour. Now, the traditional public schools, you might not really be able to do a tour with those, but for kindergarteners, I know in the city of San Antonio, a lot of school districts host what are called kinder roundups. And so you'll want to contact your local school district or the local school to see when that is scheduled to happen. Going to those kinder roundups allow you to come on campus, meet some of the kindergarten teachers, and like see what some of the classrooms look like, because that can help you get a good feel for the program. If you're interested in looking at private schools or if you're looking at preschool programs, just about all of them let you do a tour of the place. And you also have to see, like in your city, do they offer pre-K for free, or is pre-K something you have to pay for? In the city of San Antonio, pre-K is free for military children as well as emerging bilingual children and students with a special learning need. Okay, those are the students that will qualify for free preschool education or pre-K, but everybody else you have to pay for it. And so when we were looking to for pre-K, we were researching schools and we found that certain schools had a deadline of like the end of January. Some schools have a deadline later. But what you want to be able to do is you want to start researching now so that you don't miss deadlines to the school that you really, really want your child to go to. Especially if you're paying for it. You really want to pay for the place you want your child to be. I will tell you, there are a plethora of schools out there. If you find that your child knows a lot already, you might want to consider going to a school that has more of an academic enriched offering. Okay. When we were looking for our child, we found the little school at Keystone, and what we liked about it is they were talking about teaching kids in the whole school, because they have a kinder through 12th school as well. But they were talking about teaching students one grade level above. And why that was important to us is that we realized, even in the preschool and daycare programs that he had been in, our son was learning a lot, and he just loves numbers and science and making sense of things. And so we wanted him to be somewhere where he wasn't just getting babysat. We wanted him to be somewhere where he could learn throughout the day. And so our selection was great. That said, when he started kinder, we could have continued with this program. There was a bit of a commute and all of that involved, but we decided to give the public school a shot. I will definitely say, I just wanted to share this because sometimes people don't know about this information. It's not readily available, okay, even for people that work in the system. If you know that your child that's getting ready for kindergarten knows a lot, like they can fully count to 100 without issues, your child is already reading. If they have a lot of skills, you may want to consider seeing if they can test out of kinder and go into first grade so that they're not bored in kindergarten. And this is why I'm sharing this. You really have to go look through the district's website. You can even call the school up and say, hey, is there a way that I can do this? And they probably have some testing or there's some process that they'll have in place. But why this matters is you can't wait till they start in August to try to change it. For some schools, they're like, oh, no, we're just going to keep your kid right there. I found out about such programs in my district in the month of October, and it was already too late. So I just wanted to, again, put this information out there. If you're in San Antonio, and if you're in like the biggest school district in San Antonio is Northside, if you're there, they have something called credit by exam. And if you have an incoming kindergarten child that you're like, I think we can see if they're able to go to first grade. And of course, they're going to factor in maturity, but you know your child. If you know that your child can handle that and you want them to take that exam, those exams are only given over the summer. So you'll want to keep those things in mind. But this is the kind of research you want to do. I think it's really great to look at what is offered. I am a public school teacher, and so, we've kind of always looked differently at charter schools, but I would encourage parents to look at charter schools too, because the public charter schools out there, a lot of times they have a different approach to doing things. You'll find a lot of departmentalization in those schools, and, I'm not saying it's better or worse. I'm just saying go and tour the school, see what it has going on. A lot of times they're doing informational sessions. And then another great source of information is your community. I know at our church, we communicate with a lot of people, and I found out about other schools, and I can just see like how those have worked, for the families that had them there. So my whole long video is just to say, if you're at that place where you're like, oh, I think I'm ready to put my child in school, it's January. This is the time to make sure you get your research in. If you can do a tour, do that. Look at reviews, get as much information. Look at what is their policy for like advancing your child if they seem to like really already know what is expected for that grade level. And, you don't even have to be a teacher to go online and look at what learning standards are. If you're in the state of Texas, Lead Forward, it's LEAD, the number 4, WARD.com, or it might be .org. But anyway, Lead Forward puts all like nice, easy to read standards for every grade level. I don't suggest going to the TEA website and reading blah, 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 all those words. Go to Lead Forward. They have nice, easy to read PDFs of the learning expectations for each subject, for each grade. And that can really help you understand like, oh, is my, rising kindergartner already doing this? Or it can also point you to like what things you want to work with them so that they're going to be ready to learn that in kinder. All right, long video. Hope that helped. Take care.